Rahab's wisdom and Achan's folly. And this will take us right into the text of the book of Joshua. You might ask, well, who's Rahab? Well, as Joshua enters into the promised land, he sends out spies to spy out the land, specifically this first city to be conquered, Jericho. So now Moses has gone off the scene and passed the mantle to Joshua, and Joshua sends out these spies, and the spies are in the city of Jericho, and they are protected by a woman, a Canaanite in that city, from the dangers of that city. And the woman, if I could say it this way, she's of a disreputable profession. She's a prostitute. But because of her faithfulness in protecting these spies, God actually promises to protect her and to protect her family. And I don't know why she decides to help the spies. Obviously, she's aware of Yahweh. She's aware of the Israelites. Maybe she's even gotten wind of the Israelites conquering different peoples. And she believes that they're going to conquer Jericho. They're going to conquer Canaan. And so she decides to side with the Israelites. And God protects her. God is merciful to whom he will be merciful, and he is compassionate to whom he will be compassionate, and he works in mysterious ways. Now, when you contrast Rahab with another character in the book of Joshua, it's quite stark because we have another character named Achan. And Achan, unlike Rahab, is an Israelite. He's someone who saw God work in the wilderness. He's somebody who has been fed manna in the wilderness by the Lord and saw the previous generation disobey the Lord and get punished. Well, Achan, as he enters into Jericho, the city of Jericho is destroyed by this point, and God alone is the one that destroys this city. And Achan goes and takes plunder out of the city that's expressly disobedient to what the Lord told him to do, and told all the Israelites that everything as part of this city was devoted towards destruction, and nobody was to take plunder from there. Well, Achan does that. And because of Achan's sin, the Israelites are actually unable to conquer the next city, Ai. And God decides to make an example of Achan and his family, and he purges God defiance from the camp. Achan has to suffer as an example to the other Israelites that in this new land that they're coming into to conquer, God defiance will not be tolerated. And it's really quite amazing as you put these two characters up against one another. We have a Canaanite woman, a prostitute who God is merciful to and actually brings into the kingdom of Israel. And then you have this Israelite man who is punished for his sin. And even as you turn to the New Testament, it's quite interesting that Rahab gets good press in the New Testament. In Hebrews chapter 11, what's referred to as the Hall of Faith, Rahab is mentioned as a woman of great faith. It says, by faith, Rahab the prostitute did not perish with those who were disobedient because she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. Rahab is mentioned as a woman of faith, despite her profession, despite her ethnicity as a Canaanite. And it's even more remarkable than that. That's at the end of the New Testament, but in the first page of the New Testament, Rahab is actually mentioned in the lineage of Jesus. And so we have this presentation of all these men who are part of Jesus's line and going back all the way to Abraham. But in that line as well are several women that are mentioned. And they're not the women that you would expect. It's not Sarah or Rebecca, the great matriarchs of Israel. No, in Matthew chapter 1, we have Rahab mentioned. She was a foremother to Jesus Christ. And Matthew's letting us know something as he's writing about Rahab and these other women. He's letting us know that Jesus is not coming just as King of Israel, but also King of the Gentiles. And that's even part of his lineage. And so Jesus is here to save and to rule over not just Jews, but pagan Canaanites, pagan sinners like me.